Hey guys, what's up? Jwhisp here and welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a break from the normal survival series to talk about Minecraft's latest update, 1.16 the Nether update. And in today's video, we are going to be going over every single update that they have added to 1.16 so you guys know exactly what we're getting into. Now, a quick few things before we start the video. I will do a quick overview of just everything they've added, and then after that, I'll go into Creative World, where I will show you guys every update that they've added, and I'll go in great detail about it. If you guys would like me to go over anything more specifically, let me know down in the comments below, and I will try to reply to as many people as possible. Also, one more thing, I have created a subreddit where you guys can post memes, and I'll go over them occasionally in videos. If you guys are into memes, Minecraft memes, or my channel in general, you guys should definitely check it out. It's a new thing, so I don't know how long it's gonna last, and we're gonna see how it goes. But anyways, if we look in this chest, this is every major update to Minecraft 1.16. Now, this isn't counting things that naturally spawn, such as portal remnants and bastion remnants, but these are all the main blocks. We have the new wood variant, we have these new warped things, we have vines, shroom lights, obviously soul campfires and soul fire, which is amazing, the blue fire. We have netherite and all the things that go along with that. We have all the new mobs you can spawn. We have tons of really cool new blocks, new enchantments, new redstone mechanics, new uses for hose, and new music. So let's get right into the specific updates, and I will also show you the updates in the order that Minecraft released them in the snapshots. Alright, so here we have everything added in the first Nether update snapshot. Now, I'll be going into some detail about most of these things, but not the most detail. I will link snapshots down below in case you want to check them out. But without, oh wait, something's burning. What is this? No, don't burn, don't burn, don't burn, don't burn. Okay, let's cover up this lava for now. That'll be for later. I don't want to spoil anything. But first, we have some cool new wood variants. We have the crimson stem and the warped stem. And of course, with warped and crimson, we get all these new wood type variants, just like any other wood. You have everything. You have stairs, slabs, fence gates, which I'm excited to see how people use it in building. Now, some of these things don't look the best. I think they look kind of ugly, no offense, but I think people can make good texture packs and maybe use the texture to make some unique builds. Besides that, we also got just normal basalt in the first snapshot. I think basalt itself looks really cool. It's definitely a nice block, and now you can find it in basalt deltas, but in this snapshot, that was not added yet. We also have 3 new little things on the ground here. We have nether sprouts, warped roots, and crimson roots. So this can just be found along the ground. Besides that, we also have warped blocks. We have the nether wart, and we have the warped wart, which I think both are pretty cool. Again, I don't see much use for building, but they're still nice to have. The official tool for breaking these is a hoe now. They added hoes, you know, a lot more functionality. Besides that, we have weeping vines and twisting vines. These are both really cool because you can climb them. Weeping vines grow from the roof down, where twisting vines grow from the ground up. So they both have their own unique purpose, and you can do a lot of really cool things with them. Next, we have the shroom light, which is a new lighting source in Minecraft 1.16. It's really cool. It has this cool sound when you place it. You just find it on trees. It's very common. We also have another lighting source, which is soul fire, which is pretty much just like any other lighting source. However, it's blue, which is really freaking cool. We have the campfires, the torch, and the lanterns, which I all think look really awesome. Right over here, we have one of the new functionalities introduced in 1.16. We have nylium, and then we have netherrack, and you can spread nylium to more netherrack simply by using bone meal. And also, if you use bone meal, you do have a chance to get some of the new fungus and the new roots around. This also works with warped nylium, but I have it with crimson nylium here. So after that, in this first snapshot, we got hoglins, which are pretty cool here. Now, he doesn't really like the overworld, so that's why he's shaking a little bit, and he will eventually turn into a zoglin, a zombified hoglin, but that was added in a later snapshot. Hoglins are pretty cool. They're definitely to be feared. They are hostile. They will attack you even if you have gold armor, so you should definitely stay away from them. Next, we have one of everyone's favorite updates, ancient debris, and netherite. So netherite is pretty much the new best armor, tools, and weapons in the game. It is very good. It does the same amount of damage as diamond when it comes to the weapons. However, it does have more durability, and the best way to mine this is using beds or TNT. I recommend TNT so you don't blow yourself up. but ancient debris is resistant to TNT, and so the way people mine this the best way is to simply take TNT, place it in a line along the nether, start lighting it up while walking backwards, and it'll blow up all the blocks around any potential ancient debris, but won't blow up the ancient debris. After you mine ancient debris, you will get netherite scrap, which you can combine with gold to get a netherite ingot and also make a netherite block if you want. After you get the netherite ingots, you can make obviously some of the really cool new netherite armor, weapons, or tools. Again, the weapon does pretty much, if I get a diamond sword here, I believe they do the same amount of damage. Oh, it is actually slightly higher damage. My mistake. But it does have more durability, and it looks really cool. Now, in the latest snapshot, enchantment animations still don't show up, so even if this armor was enchanted, it wouldn't look enchanted for whatever reason, but I'm sure they'll fix that soon. And then over here, the last update in the first snapshot is just the 3 new biomes they added, which was the Warped Forest, which you can find all the new warped blocks, the Crimson Forest, where you can find the new crimson blocks, and the rare Soul Sand Valley. And what's really cool about the Soul Sand Valley is you'll find different soul sand variants, and also you have to be careful because there's a lot of blue soul fire everywhere, as well as you can find a lot more bones. You can find a lot of bone structures. Not really sure what the lore is behind that, but it's still really cool to see. Alright, so here we have the next snapshot. This one was relatively small, but still pretty interesting. So I have the 2 types of soul sand here. We have the normal soul sand we all know and love, and then we have soul soil. Soul soil was added in the previous update, but I'm adding it here because in this update they added a new functionality where you can now also use soul soil to build a wither. Now, I'm not going to do it right now because I don't want to blow up my whole world, but you can do it. The main thing they added in this snapshot was the piglin. Now, piglins are really cool. Just like the hoglins, if they're in the overworld, they'll start to shake and eventually turn into a zombified piglin. But piglins are pretty interesting. They have a lot of really cool functionalities. To show them off, I'm actually going to head into the nether here, and let's just go right over here, spawn some piglins, even though we already have some. I'll spawn a ton of them. So they can spawn sometimes with gold armor, without, and they spawn either with crossbows, with a sword, or sometimes without either. There's also a baby variant that spawns quite frequently in the nether and is definitely to be feared. Also, just so you know, I wasn't going to show off the biomes, but this is the Soul Sand Valley biome right here like I was talking about, and right here is the Crimson Forest biome, each coming with their own fog, types of skies, new sounds, and new music, which I think is really cool. But piglins definitely have a lot of really cool functionalities. The first thing is with gold armor. If you are in survival mode, piglins by default, let's go into survival mode here. Oh my, if I could do it, by default will attack you. But however, I'm wearing gold armor, so they won't. But if I take that off, after a few seconds, they will become hostile and start attacking me. Now, if I just pop some gold armor on right after that, they'll still be a little suspicious, but we are still safe. Now, the main functionality why people are excited about these guys is because you can go up to them, right-click, or just drop a piece of gold, and they will pick it up and trade with you. They'll inspect the gold for a little bit, make sure it's real, and give you a drop. Now, sometimes they drop really bad stuff like you can see there, just some gravel, but sometimes they drop rather good stuff. I've gotten ender pearls before, I've gotten some food, which is good for surviving the nether, just got some ender pearls, and got some nether brick. Probably the best thing you can get from them, though, is you can occasionally get netherite. Now, it's relatively rare, but if you have a lot of gold lying around, it might be worth it, because netherite is really hard to come by, ancient debris is really hard to find, and you're definitely gonna want the best netherite armor so you can get what you can. Now, I just got an enchantment book here with soul speed. That's actually another one of the rare enchantments. Getting an enchantment book is really rare, and soul speed is one of the new updates I will talk about later. It's a new enchantment added with this update, and it's pretty cool. So the next update was a fairly interesting one with some really cool blocks. We got crying obsidian, where in this update it was questioned what the functionality would be because it was originally added to Minecraft many years ago, and it was going to be a way for players to set their spawn without using beds, but they added functionality in a later snapshot, which I will go over in a minute. And next we have the target block. Now, for my redstone lovers and map makers, this block is really cool. It outputs a different redstone signal depending on where the target is hit. So if I hit the very outside right here, as you can see, the signal was very weak. Only when a few blocks of redstone and lit up the first lamp. If I'm a little bit closer and hit this next line, I lit up the second lamp because the redstone signal went even farther, and if you hit the exact center, it outputs the strongest redstone signal, and I lit up the final lamp. So I think this will be really interesting for different, mazes, maps. I'm really excited to see how it's used in the future. You don't just have to use a bow and arrow though. You can also use eggs. Eggs work, as you can see. You can use snowballs, and you can also use a trident, which may be the hardest because I'm really bad at trident aim. However, when I'm up close, it's super easy. But I can definitely see it being used in maps. Very interesting when you have to shoot it from far away and try to get it in the center. Besides that, what they added in this update was some more functionality to hoglins and zoglins, which I can't spawn in the overworld. So let's head to the nether really fast. But it's pretty much the same thing as a hoglin, just zombified. They don't call it a zombified hoglin though, they call it a zoglin. I guess Mojang wants to be quirky. I think it's kind of funny. These are alright, they're kind of cool. I mean, it's whatever. I can't seem to spawn it though. I'm not sure what's up with that. I'm not sure where these actually spawn unless they just spawn by themselves. Actually, I think that's interesting. I thought I could spawn them in the nether, but I don't know. Maybe I can't. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's a glitch, but these are pretty much just zombified hoglins. Alright, so here we have the next snapshot that was added, and really fast, I just read over the notes really fast. I could have edited it in the video, but whatever. I was correct about zoglins. You can spawn them in the nether, however, they can only be spawned in specific biomes, such as the nether wastes. But anyways, with this update, we got some new blocks. We got the stripped and warped versions of these hyphae blocks, which I think look very interesting. And we also have crimson and warped hyphae, which are also really cool because if you look at them, they have the same detail as the trees, where you can actually see little particle effects on the blocks, which I think is really interesting. And next, we actually have functionality with the smithing table. So if I grab some diamond tools and armor here, we can do some really interesting things. So let me show you. You now use the smithing table to upgrade your gear. You need 1 ingot per diamond, whatever you have, whether it's tools or armor, and it will upgrade it. And what's also nice about this is previously you could not upgrade your diamond gear without losing the enchantments on it. However, now all you need is 1 netherite ingot and you can keep the enchantments on your item using the smithing table. So now the smithing table added in 1.14 a long time ago, pretty much a year ago now, finally has some functionality. Alright, so the next snapshot was a very interesting one indeed. We first got the new, very cool block, the respawn anchor, which you can use to set your spawn anywhere in the world, but specifically, I think this is meant to be used in the nether. So now you don't have to sleep in the nether, which you couldn't do before anyways. You can actually set your spawn. And the way this works is you can actually charge up this respawn anchor. Just right click it with glowstone, and it can get up to 4 charges, which means you can respawn 4 times. So with 1 charge, I'll only respawn once. 2 means I'll respawn twice, 3, and then 4. And this is as many as you can go. If you go above that, it explodes in a huge disaster, yeah, causing a lot of damage. And the way you can craft this, it's pretty simple. Just 3 glowstone in the middle, and I also need some crying obsidian top and bottom, 3 glowstone in the middle, and you get a respawn anchor. But make sure you do not overfill it. Besides that, we also got polished basalt, which is a new basalt variant, which I think looks really good, and I'm really excited to see how people will use this. I've actually used this a little bit already. I think it's really good because I think you can make trees out of it that look kind of dead, and I think that'll definitely fit the nether theme vibe because it looks like wood. It's pretty similar, but it looks gray and dark, so I think that's really nice. They also changed some things with hoes, where now hoes are the official tool for breaking some really cool blocks. I think the reason they did this is because hoes are a little bit neglected, the tool in the game, and I think they want people to use them more. So here we go, we can break leaves with them easily, we can break warp blocks, and we can break sponges. And besides that, the last update has to do with our beloved AFK fishing farms, which is quite unfortunate. They have now changed the rules for how loot and fish spawn in water, and so typical fishing and AFK fishing farms no longer work. Now, people have still come up with new AFK fishing designs, thankfully, except they're a lot more complicated, they're hard to make, and they're not as efficient. If I have something like this and I try to fish, it just won't let me. I can put my fishing rod in the water, a fish will come up to it, but when I try to get my fishing rod back, it won't actually let me collect it, and I won't get anything. The requirements is actually you have to have a relatively large piece of water. I believe it's 7 by 7 blocks at least, and then 4 blocks deep. So it has to be a pretty big source of water. Really only an ocean works for fishing now. It's really hard to just do it in small little rivers. However, again, like I said, people have figured out new AFK fishing farm designs, so thankfully they still work. They're just not as good as they used to be. Alright, so I'm in the Nether to show off the next snapshot because we have some really cool items here. We have the new lodestone. Now, the way this works is you can put this anywhere in your world, in the end, the overworld, or the Nether, and if you click on it with a compass, the compass becomes enchanted, and the compass will always point towards that lodestone. So, for example, I have my compass right here set for this one, and depending on what direction I am, you can watch the compass spin towards where that lodestone is instead of just pointing north. Now, as you see here, I have this compass and I can point it towards this lodestone, and now I got a new enchanted compass that points towards it. So if I go right in the middle, you see how the two compasses are like this. They point directly towards the lodestone, which is great because now you no longer need to keep a book of coordinates in your world if you travel far away, or you no longer need to, write down where places are. For example, if I'm on a server and I want to know where my friend's house is, he can simply have a lodestone in his house, and then I can just take a compass, right click on it, and simply, say this is whatever it is. It doesn't have to be a house. Say this is, a stronghold. You can name this stronghold and then just put all your lodestone compasses in a chest and then just walk towards wherever it's pointing. So I think that's really cool. And also, more than one person can use a lodestone. There's an unlimited amount of uses on a lodestone, and you can also have multiple compasses pointed towards one lodestone. It doesn't matter. You can keep stacking it up. So I think that's really interesting. But the next thing we got in this snapshot was definitely something really cool. We got the new Strider. Now, there's actually a new achievement that shows your Strider distance. Striders spawn in the lava here. They can be above land, but they start to shake. They're a different color. They don't really like it. They like to be in lava. Striders can naturally spawn by themselves with babies, sometimes in the water or on top of their heads, and can occasionally spawn with a saddle naturally on top of it. However, if they don't have a saddle naturally, you can just right click with one yourself and ride the Strider. Now, normally if you ride a Strider, it'll just sit here. You can't really control it. You're kind of at the will of the Strider to go wherever. This is how you travel the lava now, since we don't have a boat. However, if you get warped fungus on a stick, which is a new block, Striders will go super fast and they'll just go in the direction you point them in. It's really similar to a pig with a carrot on a stick, how you walk. Now, this is really cool because Striders are actually relatively fast, as you can see. Faster than boats by themselves, pretty fast. It's not as fast as sprinting, but I believe it's a little bit faster than walking. So I think that's definitely cool. And again, if you press your sprint button, you can go a tiny bit faster, which I think is really cool. And you can't just really hop up on land, so I'm excited to see people make Strider docks. Again, you can get on land, you just can't hop on it. You have to be right at the same block as the lava. The Strider will still move on land, but he doesn't really like it, so I'll try to not be too mean. Let's hit this guy back in the lava. I don't want him to die. I'm sorry, dude. And he'll return to normal color. Again, sometimes they will turn on land. After you've kind of trusted a Strider and it sees a warped fungus on a stick, it will definitely become in love with you. And I just think it's really awesome. Striders, I don't know, at first I thought they were kind of ugly, but they've grown on me. I think they're kind of cute, especially the baby variations. I think baby Striders are absolutely adorable. Also added in this snapshot and some of the previous snapshots were more of the Nether sounds you hear in the Nether music. I'm not really going to show that off because it's hard to capture all of that on video, but if you're just scrolling around the Nether, you'll notice that blocks have different sounds when you break them, blocks have different sounds when you walk on them, and also just different animations, and I think it's really cool. There's also a lot more scary sounds in the Nether and some new music. So here I am in the Nether to show off the next snapshot, and this one has got to be my favorite because this snapshot added so many great things to the Nether. We have the new Basalt Delta here, which is by far my favorite biome that they've added with this update. Now, it's pretty simple because most of this is just basalt, and the new Blackstone block but I still think this looks awesome. The spawning is really cool. There's magma cubes everywhere, there's lava, there's normal magma everywhere. It's very dangerous, and also I really love the gray particles and the gray atmosphere. I think it looks absolutely awesome. Now with the blackstone, we have a lot of really cool blackstone variations here. I'll just kind of pull up some of them around here. I think it's really awesome. That's black wool, but we have normal blackstone, we have cracked, we have polished, and of course you have things like stairs and slabs, which are awesome. Besides that, we also have some different nether brick here, like we have chiseled nether brick and cracked nether brick, which also is a very nice looking block with this little skeleton pattern on it. And there's also lots of other cool things added in this snapshot. So if I do locate here and locate a bastion remnant, we can find the nearest bastion remnant, which is the piglin structures we have in the nether update. Now, we still keep our nether fortresses, but we have these new bastions now, which are really cool. They come in all different shapes and sizes. Some have magma spawners, and they also have tons of really good loot. Now, again, when raiding these, here's a few tips. Wear gold armor so that the piglins don't attack you. However, even if you're wearing gold armor, if they notice you open their chests, they will attack you. So I recommend, unless you want to kill all of them, bring a hopper and another chest and simply try to drain the items from the chest. I think that's cool. Along with this, thankfully I found one right here. We have one of the new banner patterns, which is Snout. It's pretty much just a normal piglin banner pattern. It looks pretty cool. Along with this, in Bastion Remnants, you can occasionally find, like I said, magma cube spawners, which are really cool. This one doesn't have one. However, it's still really awesome, and I've seen people make some really cool designs using wither roses and iron golems to make farms out of them, and I think it's really cool. Besides that, when you're also in Remnants, you can also find the new Pig Step CD. Now, I think this is really cool because it's such a cool disc. Now, it's made by Lena Rain, who is not the normal composer for Minecraft. However, this music disc absolutely slaps. I think everyone in the Minecraft community loves it. Let's turn up our music here. Actually, I need to do jukeboxes, and there you go. Hopefully you can hear it. It's really awesome. I'm a huge fan of it. I think Pigstep sounds absolutely awesome. Again, it's meant to sound sort of like dubstep, hence the name Pigstep. It's really similar. It's a really cool music block, and it's definitely worth raiding a Bastion Remnant to get one of these. Now, finally in this snapshot, we have some really cool updates. First, we have the Portal Remnant here, and we also have the Chain Block. Now, I'll start with the Chain Block because it's pretty simple. It's just a chain block. This is made with iron nuggets. It looks really cool. It's a really cool decoration added with Piglin Bastions, and I think it's definitely going to be awesome for a lot of builds. It can just kind of float by itself, which doesn't really make sense to me. I wish it had some sort of gravity mechanic. However, I think it still looks really nice. Now, with the Portal Remnants here, you will find these all over your world. When they were originally added to the game, this was the snapshot that I made my new survival let's play, and they spawned quite frequently. However, since then, they've lowered the spawn rate, but it's still relatively high. You find these throughout your world. They're pretty much half-made nether portals, and I think this is because Mojang really wants to show off this update, and so they want people to get into the nether as fast as they can, and so they're giving people almost pre-made portals throughout the world. Now, there's some of these you can find that are super tiny, and there's some you can find that are absolutely giant. Most of the ones I found have a lot of gold blocks and magma around. However, this one doesn't seem to have it. It also has a chest with a lot of really good gold tools and different fire-related things to light the portal. If I actually, let's head out of here really fast. Let's go to an ocean ruin, which is probably far away. The only reason I'm doing this is because we can locate a new portal and hopefully find some really cool things. So ruin portal, is this a different one? Yes. So let's head here just to check out a different one. I don't see a ruined portal. What the heck? Where is there a ruined portal? It should be right here. It took me here. Is it underground? Let's see if it's underground. I just wanted to show off more than one, but I think ruined portals are definitely really cool. I think they're a good addition to Minecraft. Oh, there we go. This one is underground. This one has the gold blocks, like I said. They pretty much all have a chest. I haven't found one without a chest yet. However, I haven't seen anything confirming that they have to have a chest. But again, here we have more fire-related stuff and, of course, some gold. Sometimes I've actually found almost fully completed ruined portals, and I've found enough obsidian in the chest that I can just finish the portal and then light it away and head straight to the nether, starting your adventure. And of course, oh, we find a giant bastion here. I love this. But anyways, guys, that's all for this video. I really hope you enjoyed. This took a lot of work to go through all the Nether information, check things out, and make this video for you guys. So I would really appreciate if you would like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I'm really excited for this update. Let me know what you guys think down below. Depending on how this update turns out, it might shape up to be my favorite update ever added to Minecraft. Currently, my favorite is 1.16, and right now the Nether update is a close second, but it might be able to pass 1.16 if it can fix all of its small bugs, which I think it will do in the next few snapshots. Now, in terms of a release date, we should see a release date pretty soon. It's May already, so my prediction is by the end of the month, we'll at least get some sort of idea for a release date, and we'll get it released within a month or two. I looked at previous release dates, and it seems like we're right on track to get another update pretty soon, so I'm super excited for that. I don't know what the next update will be. It'll probably be released about a year from now. Hopefully, we get the regular big one-year updates. I think it's super exciting. 1.16 is an awesome update with lots of awesome things. My only flaw with it, my only con, is that I wish they would maybe add some more stuff to the overworld. Now again, I get it, it's the Nether update, but still, we still have the same plain old overworld, and I wish they would have added a few things, which is why I'm at least glad they did the small 1.15 update midway throughout the year to at least add bees and a lot of stuff related to them. But anyways, that's all for this video. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. This is Jwhisp, and I will see you all in the next one.